When Jesus calls us his friends, what does this mean? He called people friends, by the way, the night before he died, when he was having supper with them. And that's when he alluded to them as his friends. There was a time in my life, particularly when I was younger, that I could not comprehend what it meant to have Jesus as a friend. I didn't know what it meant to, or how it was supposed to feel. I knew what the word friend meant in everyday language. For young adults like I was at the time, it meant people my age, who I spent most time with, who I would say knew me best, and who I felt comfortable being with. But was this what Jesus meant by being a friend? I didn't think so, but with the passage of time, I came to discover what I thought the meaning meant. Simon and Jude, the apostles we celebrate today, were friends of Jesus. And Jesus told them that they were his friends when, as I said, he was having supper with them on the night before he died. As friends of Jesus, they had shared a privileged intimacy with him. They were men who were in his company, spent lots of time with him, prayed with him, shared their fears with him, and stood by him when others abandoned or rejected him. Jesus called them friends, believing that these men had entrusted themselves to him and to his Father. It took time for me to understand that faith in Jesus and being a friend of Jesus was more than faithful observance of the rules, the commandments, church teachings, and devotions. That was a stage comparable to the courtship that men and women enter as a prelude to a more serious relationship. I had to enter my own relationship with Jesus if I were to have him as a friend, the way the apostles did, or Martha and Mary and Lazarus did. To become friends with Jesus, possessing the intimacy that Simon and Jude had with him, would mean having to turn my life over to him, engaging him in a deep, dynamic, and growing relationship. Becoming a friend with Jesus and having Jesus as a friend would mean seeking to bring to light the true teachings that were within me, that Jesus had hidden within me and each of us. And in the words of St. Paul today, to live in a manner worthy of our calling. St. Paul, in the reading from Ephesians today, added further clarity for me. Initially, when I wrestled with what it meant to have Jesus as a friend, I was using human concepts, poetry and verse, which provided a description of what it meant to be a friend. But as Paul says today, as a fellow citizen, you and I are members of the household of God, built upon the foundation of the apostles, and Jesus, consequently, is a friend to each one of us. And prayer, daily prayer, what we're doing here, is what will sustain that privileged intimacy that we have with him, and we will come to know him as a friend in the way that Simon and Jude did.